Hi everyone.
Hello. How's it
How are
going?
you doing, Alex?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
Doing great. I was actually looking forward to this time of the day. I feel like every Wednesday I'm going to be looking forward to this time just to have a small conversation with people and answer any questions that anybody has, in any topic. So how have you been then?
That's awesome. Yeah, pretty good,
Alex.
pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's always exciting to talk with everyone, and yeah, I mean, honestly, like Wednesdays from now on, like are gonna be so awesome. Hey, Akshay. Hey, Rain. Hey, Jerica. We're pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
Hey everyone. How is it going? How are you all? Thank you for being with us right now. Remember, this is we're only here to answer your questions. We have no script nor anything. However, I will start mentioning this. So, a lot of conferences are coming up, and I would really recommend you to look into them. There's one that I saw a couple of minutes ago. Let me look it up. And it's for tech, apparently. I don't know if it involves different majors, but let me look up the name. But yeah, start asking anything you want, whatever you may be wondering. We're here to answer your questions. Mm, hey, hey. What about you, Alex? Why are you so quiet?
I am. No, no, no. It's all good. I'm just really excited. Yeah, I mean, I just want to, yeah, really excited to talk with everyone. I mean, what questions do you all have? Like we're super excited to do this, but we also like yeah need for all of your questions so we can uh, start start helping you out.
So we already have one question.
Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, so how would you recommend students who have little CS experience who switch to a CS major in college to find internships? So this is a great question, and something that I've seen is that um, many of the tech companies like they consider you a freshman or a sophomore depending on the not
If you graduate.
on the credits that you have, but on the level you are on computer science. So if you're taking the first class or second class of computer science, you're going to be a freshman or a sophomore. So if you just switch to a CS major and you feel like you're a junior, but in CS you're a freshman, then for those companies you're going to be a freshman. Now, something I would recommend is for you to work on as many side projects as possible. Side projects are super important, and the cool thing about computer science is that there are so many different projects that you could work on, like creating like a small app, creating like a small website. There are so many different projects, and I would recommend you to start doing that because whenever you apply to an internship, they will see that you have that experience, and you will be able to talk about those projects.
Mhm. All right, next question. So it says, what do you think is the right time to apply for internships? So this depends a lot on the industry that you're applying to. But for example, I've noticed that when you get the most offers is during the fall semester, and that all it varies depending on the industry and what you're studying, right? But I see almost everybody having their offers a semester before the actual summer and even a summer before the summer, so a year before. What I would recommend is right now is the time to start looking online, like when they open. I know a lot of companies already started to open the recruitment process for finance. um, I also know that I think, don't quote me on this, I think Microsoft already opened their applications as well. So I think that the right time is early, but try to have your resume ready to go. Don't rush it if your resume is not ready or it's at its peak. So what I would do is I would go over my resume, make sure that everything that I want for this recruiting season is there, and then apply. So try to put a timeline for yourself. I would recommend that like August, like late August, early September is already a good time to start actually submitting applications, depending on what industry it is. It might be earlier or it might be later. So just keep an eye on that.
Yep, perfect.
Next question. How did you balance internships with work affording college?
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, like I think it depends a lot on when you're getting your internship. So if you're getting your internship during the summer and you're not going to school, um, it's like the best time to just save all that money from your internship and then just use it towards college if that's what you need. I've also met many students that get internships during the school semester, so they are working and yeah, working and also going to school. So it's definitely like tough to have both. Even if it's not an internship, just like an on-campus or off-campus job, it's definitely difficult. But I mean, at the end of the day,
in my perspective,
at the end
go
of the
ahead.
day, it's like yeah, just like learning how to manage your time, learning how to manage different workloads. But yeah, I mean, what are you gonna say?
I was going to say like it all depends on what work you have, right? So like your question just kind of makes me what I'm getting from your question is like how we balance like our work and paying college. I think that for me, in my perspective, internships really allowed for me to pay my tuition. I graduated from the University of Texas at El Paso. I was really blessed to graduate debt free because of my internships in the summer. So all the money that I did throughout my summer, I would save it up. I would pay there. I would pay it for my tuition, and then my on-campus job, I would use it for my everyday living, if that makes sense. I would also recommend you to get a job that does these two things. Either gives you experience for your resume, or another one lets you have a flexible time that you can do homework there, can do side projects there, because those jobs do exist, you know. And even if you can get paid minimum wage, you getting paid for being just like sitting in a desk and like attending customers is a really good job as well.
Yeah,
So I that's like my opinion.
yeah. Just to add
Next
a little
question.
bit on that. Yeah, one second. So you also asked before about someone with little CS experience. So something that helped me was that I got a job as a webmaster and as a web developer when I was a student. So it was on campus, and I was able to learn as I was working. So that was also pretty cool because during my interviews, I was able to talk about my on-campus job. That also helped me work like yeah to support myself.
All right, next question. Because we have a lot of questions, so we're gonna try to get to all of them.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you guys keep asking, we'll try to answer all of them. What's the biggest advice for anyone who wants to organically grow their LinkedIn profile aside from consistency? Mm, I think, in my perspective, trying to like work with other people. You know, like collaborating with other students who have same passions as you. It doesn't have to be like a workshop. It can be articles. It can be I don't know, like posts or something. I feel like when you share like audiences from different people, it gives you more exposure and therefore more growth organically. But that's besides like just like posting consistently. I think collaborating helps a lot.
Yeah, just being as active as possible. It should like organically start. Also, like seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. Try different things, and that's like the best way.
Yeah, and commenting on people like on people's profile, engaging, that gives you a lot of exposure. I remember people that don't post, but they like I see their comments everywhere. I know who those people are.
Yeah.
That's not a lie. Next question. Um, how should we go about networking or start networking?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's something like I feel most people like struggle with because like, they have like just no idea what to do about it. But I think a great way is to like figure out why why you're networking in the first place. Like what's your goal? Are you trying to find someone that will give you a referral for a job? Are you trying to just meet new people? Are you trying to just find out about different companies or positions. When you find those things out, you will be able to kind of like narrow down the 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 number of people that you could network with. So if you're interested in networking in learning about a company, you should look for people that work in that company, and then people that have a specific position that you're interested in, sending them a message, telling them like, hey, you know what, like I'm really interested in learning about what you do at this company. Your background seems really cool, and obviously like go through a profile to learn a little bit about them. Like you have to be genuine when you message them and want to like talk with them. But yeah, that's the first steps I would say for networking.
I would add that we're having a workshop on this, literally hands-on workshop where we're going to help you write messages, give you feedback on your messages, and this is going to happen August 1st. We have all the information in our profile, so you can go register, and spots are limited, so like go and like subscribe. Another thing that I would tell you is be genuine. Everybody likes a genuine person. Everybody likes someone who is not pretending to be someone else. If you're someone who likes to give compliments, compliment that person. There's so many extended things about networking, but we have a workshop coming up for that one. And if this is a continuing question, like we will continue to address it. So let us know.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
How
Let's-
how can you continue to conserve a professional relationship through LinkedIn? Hmm. In my perspective, it's kind of like just reaching out in a couple of weeks, a couple of days. I have there's someone in our team on InternMakers who's amazing at this, and I've learned a lot from her. Um, she literally like messages you about things that you like spoke about that were going on in your life, and she just says, "Oh, look, I saw this. I remember you. Like, how are you doing?" And that's the way she like continues that relationship. So I don't know. I think that's a good advice. I've done it myself as well, and it's worked. I've been able to maintain some relationships I've made through the way through yeah, along the way, and I think that's an easy way to do it. Just like send them an occasional, hey, how have you been doing? Like how have these past weeks been? It doesn't have to be every like week. It can be like every 2 months. Like it's just like a constant thing.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, just whenever you sometimes remember a person and you think like, I wonder what this person is up to. If you ever think that, like, just send them a message and check on them. Like that's like the first step. But yeah, whatever. Like everything Mariana said was perfect. Cool. Lorenzo,
We have
I haven't checked my DMs in a good time. I will get back to you as soon as I check them.
Hey, if he doesn't answer, like message him again.
Yeah, follow
Trust
up.
us, like lately our messages get like stacked, and if we don't get to you, it's not because like we don't want to, it's probably because we didn't see it. So like just as a heads up to anyone, if you are also reaching out to recruiters and they don't answer, follow up. There's people that followed up with me 4 times. Can you believe that? And I always like say I apologize, and they were like persistent, and that's how I got to talk to them. So be persistent.
Yeah. It's
um
never too late to an internship. No, it's never, 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 never too late. An internship is like one of the best things you can do to get a job. So yeah, if you can ever get an internship, do it. Do it. It's like the best thing you can do. Of course, like try to make it be related to whatever job you want to get in the future. But yeah, it's never too late.
Also, like Alex has experience on that. Alex always says like he kind of found out about internships really late in the game, and he did a great job, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what an internship was during my freshman year. I didn't know what an internship was during my sophomore year. It was until my junior year that I heard about them, and I did my best to get one. And at the end, like I was able to get like a last one, and yeah, I mean, it was super helpful. But yeah, it's never too late. Cool.
Next question.
Marco, we love you too. Yeah, thanks for those words. You're amazing. Thanks for the support.
Hmm.
Okay. as a freshman, I'm not sure of exactly what I want to do as my career. Though I'm interested in the intersection of technology and business. Ooh, this is really cool. What advice would you have for someone like me hoping to discover exactly what I want to do in my university years? So yeah, that's this is something that has been causing me a lot of stress lately. Well, I mean, this is I feel like there are a lot of people that feel like you, like in the same way as you. You have to think about, okay, what kind of technology are you interested in? What kind of business are you interested in? Are you interested in finance? Are you interested in coding? There are many fintech, like financial technology companies, that are looking for people who care about these things exactly. Now, if you're interested in coding uh, and like consulting, let's say, and not even coding, like there are like roles that involve other types of engineering plus consulting. So those are also available. It Yeah, I mean there are so many opportunities out there. You have to think about like what you like, and the other way, I mean the only way you can do that is by trying different things, reaching out to people that may have that job that you think is your dream job. Reach out to those people, ask them about what they do, ask them if they like it and why they like it, and that way you're gonna start creating like this idea of what would be the best path for you.
I would also recommend for you to join case study competitions, which are really like business oriented, and try to go to hackathons, which are more engineering oriented. See which one resonates with you most. Like, do you want to be in an industry where it's about technology, or do you want to like just go to business? I think that definitely there's a couple of positions I can think about that have an intersectionality. For example, program management has a huge intersectionality. I think there's also like product marketing, engineering. There's several ones that have an intersection between business and marketing. What I would do as a freshman is like try everything. Like right now, you have 4 to 5 years to make up your mind in like what you actually want to work in, right? So use these years to your advantage. Try different things in these sections so that you can learn about them. There's so many programs that are helpful as well. I'll think of some. I don't know if you're are you a business major or engineering major? I don't know. Let me know right now, and I can help you more with that. So next question. Um, I have recently started coding and have some good side projects, as you mentioned. So, do I have a chance of securing an internship in the coming months, or should I wait for spring?
Don't
Like,
wait.
don't wait
No,
at
no.
all.
Yeah, recruiting season for software companies starts like almost almost like now, or like in a month or so. So
Like, yeah, like late August, early
yeah,
August. It depends on the company.
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna have August, September, and October to get these experiences, and I would recommend you to focus like all August, the whole month of August, focus on applying to internships. No, no, the whole month of August, focus on finding opportunities, finding companies that you're interested in, getting all that information there, like add the link of the application. Um, Look at the job description. Look at those skills that you need to practice, and then the whole month of August focus on preparing for coding interviews, technical interviews. They are like the hardest part of getting an internship in software. So even if you have thousands of projects and thousands
Project.
of internships, if you're not good for interviews, you won't make it. So yeah, practice for interviews, and then the whole month of September, just apply to as many different positions as you can. And if you already practiced and you already had those 5 projects, I'm sure you will be able to get an internship.
Also, like, there's so many resources. For example, there's Lead Code. There's like cracking the coding interview. What else, Alejandro? What else is there?
Yeah. So to
There's more.
practice,
And these help you practice with coding interviews. And Alejandro mentioned, I don't know if you're a freshman, sophomore, because it says that you recently started coding. So I don't know if you're a freshman or sophomore in computer science, or if you're not. But there's programs for freshmen and sophomores in coding that are actually going to make that are actually like have the level of difficulty for your coding experience, if that makes sense. So next question. Um,
Do you have
do you
any
have any
tips
tips for
for?
virtual career fairs? What sort of questions should we ask recruiters there?
Yeah,
So I'll
yeah,
on this a little bit, and then you can follow up, Alejandro. Right now, Alejandro and I are trying to contact some friends of ours for virtual career fairs and ask them their perspectives. This is something really new. Um, we want we'll try to get you back to that answer next week, and use this week to actually talk to those people that know, because I personally, I don't know, Alejandro, I personally do not know how it's going to work. I don't know if there's going to be like rooms and then you get into a certain, like, I don't know, link for a certain session. I do not know. So that's the first part of the question. The second part of the question is, oh my god, like a lot there, like in my perspective, what I would do if I could go back, I wouldn't like necessarily ask them. I would like tell them I'm interested in working at your company, and like I've had this experience. I read about this job that is doing this, and I feel like I could be a good fit for your company and for that specific job because of my skills that are these, like XXY. You know, I would do that. I would sell myself. You know. I think that those are the moments where you already want to be prepared with questions. Like, let's say you already researched this company, like make specific questions. Do not ask, hey, like what opportunities you have for me, because that's not going to make you memorable. You know, you want to tell them, hey, I'm here. I'm the perfect person for that job, if that makes sense.
yeah,
So I don't know if I want to add more.
yeah. I mean, asking questions is vital. Like you should always ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, the recruiters are gonna think that you're not that interested. So they have to ask questions about, like, okay, what do they like about working in that company? If you're talking to someone who is not a recruiter, maybe someone more on the position that you would like to be in, you can ask them about specific projects that they're working on. You can ask them something like, "Hey, what are you working on right now that you're struggling with?" That's a question that is very memorable. Like, no one asked that question. So if you ask something like that, they're like, you're gonna have to get them thinking, like, oh man, like what should I like what should I tell this person? Like, so, and they will remember you. So just ask things that that like you truly want to know about the company. Like, just ask about the culture. Ask about, I don't know, something that I like to ask is, like, what are the different types of, or the different ways of getting feedback in the company? Like, is there like a system, or should I just ask my manager? How does that work? Or if there are like ongoing opportunities for training, if there are like workshops or presentations, or yeah, or asking, like, if now that everyone's like working remotely, if there are events, or if the company is trying to take care of the mental health of their employees. I don't know. These are like things that not many people ask, and if you ask them, like, I think they're gonna remember you. Cool.
Mhm. Any more questions?
Do you think it's too late for fall 2020 internships? Well, to apply. Well, I think that depends a lot on the industry. Oh wait, for fall 2020. Ah, I'm not 100% sure. My best advice for this would be to go to websites like Glassdoor.com, uh, LinkedIn, internships.com, Handshake, and try to go to these websites and search for internships. Like, there's like a search bar right there. Just search for fall 2020 internships. Right now, I don't know of any that are open, but I mean, yeah, what you can do is just try and see if you find something.
Um, I don't know if you remember, but right now I talked about the conferences. There is one that's tomorrow from, give me a second, from 2 p.m. PST to 5:30 p.m. PST. And it's a virtual career fair. So I'll probably get in and see what I can learn about it, just to like give you more tips. So I'll leave the link right here on the comments below so that you can register if you're interested. the name of it, I think it's called Quarantine Co Tech. And they're gonna have tech companies. I don't know if it's gonna be for finance, like not just like engineering roles, but there's gonna be more. Um, you're gonna have Google, Facebook, Zoom, Salesforce, Coursera, UBS, Splunk, like being in this career fair. So I'll just leave it there if you're interested.
Awesome. What are the most common mistakes to avoid while making a resume? Okay, do you want to give it a go?
You go.
Okay. Um, oof, there are so many mistakes that I have made and many people make. The first one I would say is grammar and spelling. That's like those mistakes are like the worst you can make. There are recruiters out there who will ignore your resume if they find like a spelling mistake or a grammar mistake, because like they feel like you did not put in the work to yeah to give this like resume. um and I mean, yeah, just like try your best. Like the best thing you can do is to have as many people as possible to check it out first, and just like proofread it, and then you can send it back. um what else? I think a big common mistake is mentioning the job description of whatever you have done, or a description of the project you worked on. It's very different to say like, um, so like I don't know, like in this internship, my require like what I had to do like in my job was to I don't know, fix computers. You can just say fix computers, but it's very different to say fix computers and to say, well, I I worked and fixed 15 computers during a period of 2 months, resulting in our department saving X amount of money. I don't know. So just quantifying your accomplishments and using accomplishments instead of using descriptions. What else?
I
What's missing?
I would also mention that I think an error a lot of people don't do is they don't include projects they're currently working on because they're not done. There's a reason why there's like at the end of the resume, like, well, yeah, like in the right corner, or I don't know how you arrange it, but like many times you put dates, right? Like let's say you start a project or an internship like at a certain month, but you're still in the process of it. You don't include it because you haven't been like you haven't finished it. So you're missing out on like recruiters seeing that project that you're currently working on. Um, so what I would do is I would add it. I would say, hey, like I started working this month, and I'm still continuing to work in it by saying slash present. You know, for example, if I started a project right now, I put July 2020 slash present, so that when recruiting season starts, they know that I'm actually working on that project and I can actually talk about it. You know, so I think that's another like mistake people do.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, cool. Um, is it a good idea to accept an internship offer to then deny it later to intern somewhere else? This is a great question, and I feel like there will be people that will tell you like, yeah, it's fine. Someone will tell you like, no, you should never do that. I would say it depends. It depends a lot. So
There's a lot of things that have to go into consideration, you know. If you had like have I think there's this is an I think an ethical question, you know. I think this comes really down to what like the situation is. There are exceptions. I think there's some that are like, okay, like this is crazy, you know. I personally do not have an answer because it depends. It depends a lot on the situation. I would love to like say yes or no, but it just depends.
for me, so I did this. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. When I got my first internship, I really liked my internship, but I did not learn a lot technically. So I wanted to find another internship that would allow me to grow more in that area that I wanted. Right. So I was super nervous because like I had to apply to internships again. I had to prepare for interviews, but the company where I interned, they gave me my return offer, and they gave me like 2 weeks. No, I think they gave me like 1 week to decide. So I was like, I mean, I hadn't even looked at other companies, and I knew I wanted something else. So I was really pressured. I felt super pressured by them because like I had 1 week to decide, and I knew I didn't want to stay there. I mean, if I had to stay there, that would also be pretty good, but I wanted to go somewhere else, right? So I accepted my offer, and I even talked with someone with my manager's manager from that company, and I told him about it, and he told me like, you know what, just accept it, and if you find something that you feel it's a better fit for you, then just cancel this one. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna do that. So that's what I did. I accepted my offer. Then afterwards, I ended up going somewhere else and canceled this one. So yeah, like it always depends, as Mariana mentioned. Also, I would say something to take into consideration is that if, I don't know, if you think that at some point in your life you would want to come back to this company, think about like, I mean, canceling that internship could be a way of burning a bridge. You never know. But if it's a company that like it's completely different to whatever you want, and you know you will never go back to that company, I mean, I think is like it wouldn't affect you as much. So just go for it. I mean,
I think I
at the end of the day, sorry, at the end of the day, like if a company would have like an issue with you, they would not they would not think twice about canceling a contract. I think. So I just look out there, look after yourself, look out for like what's the best for you.
I think that the people I've heard like that do cancel their internships, a lot of them actually talk to their managers, like
Yeah.
like Alejandro did. So I would do that. Like if I were in that situation, I would talk to my manager, like and tell them that it's not like something against the company. It's just like you don't know yet. And sometimes companies they give you like a 2 week sign, like a return sign. You know, like let's say you finish your internship, and a lot of people like well, a lot of companies send you a return offer, and you have to sign it in 2 weeks. By that time, probably recruiting season hasn't even started. You know, so talk to your managers, like build a good relationship with them, be honest with them so that you don't burn that bridge in case that is the
Exactly.
situation. I personally have never been in that situation, so I can't talk that much about it, and that's why I say that I don't know, it depends. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
Next
Okay.
question.
What format template would you recommend for an incoming freshman making a professional resume for the first time? Good question. There are so many templates out there for freshmen. I would recommend you to take a look at one. Just Google it. Also, if you go to our website, I think we have a few templates in there as well. InternMakers.com. But yeah, I mean, like the most important sections to have are like first, like have your information from high school, then whatever information you have for college, and then have a section for projects. If you have some professional experience or volunteering experience, put that as well, and then some of your skills. Also, if you have like some awards or something like that would also be important. Okay.
How to ask for a referral if you don't actually know someone from the company, as many people don't accept even the personalized connection request. I'll talk about my experience with this being on the other side, like getting people asking me if I can refer them. I've received a couple of messages that are just like absurd. I'll be honest, like they're just like, hi, can you refer me? And I don't know who this person is. I've never spoken to them, and they were not even purchased to like try to talk to me. They were just saying, hey, can you refer me? And I would even reply and say, hey, like I can help you with the process, blah, blah, blah. And they would answer, hey, can you refer me? So I think that I think there is a thin line there, you know, be careful, be respectful. Think about how you would like for someone to ask you for a referral. That's something I could tell you. What another thing I can tell you is like first try to establish a relationship with the person. I think that sometimes a lot of people don't like just like the hey refer me thing. They like to have a like small conversation, maybe like a one-on-one. I feel like a lot of times one-on-ones lead to referrals. I really recommend one-on-ones because let's say if you ask for a one-on-one and ask for help, like you can use the time to tell them, hey, is there any chance you can refer me to someone else I can talk to about this? And that's like how you start building it. So those are my recommendations.
Yeah, I mean that's like super important. And I know you mentioned like, but what if they don't even accept the personalized connections, those requests? I mean, like how personalized is it? I would recommend you to just look for people that you feel you have something in common, whether it's like if you come from the same country or the same city or the same university or the same whatever. If you're in the same fraternity, I don't know. Like if you just find one thing that you two have in common, that's what you have to put on your request. That's how they're gonna see like, oh yeah, I mean let's talk. Now
I
talking
think
about me being on the other side, like uh, there's like a lot of people that send me messages asking me for referrals as well. But the ones that are super personalized, that they, I mean, like I have given referrals to people after one or two conversations because we had such an amazing discussion, such an amazing talk. We had things in common. We were part of the same organizations in college, stuff like that. So that's how you get into like that. Yeah.
try to reach out to alumni from your college, from your
Yeah.
university or college. Try to reach out to alumni. One, don't go always for the people who have the most followers on LinkedIn. There's so many people who are not like posting on LinkedIn, but they use it and they might have like I don't know 100, 200 connections. Those people are still really good to contact. You know, if like I don't know, just as a heads up, everybody counts. Just like search on the LinkedIn like position, your university, company you want to get to. You know, and that's what I could say. Next question: what is the procedure you guys followed to find your company InternMakers? Do you mean like found like co-found or like find, as in like we got into it? Well, let's give a short description of what happened with InternMakers.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So I mean, it started like small, like helping our like friends of ours in school, helping teammates, helping classmates, and then we felt like we wanted to help more people, so we started like this student organization at our university, and we started to give workshops, and we started like help more and more students. um, Afterwards we felt like we wanted to help even more people, so we started with a YouTube channel, and then an Instagram account, and then LinkedIn, and then we just like start to expand. And yeah, I mean, like our mission has been to help students get internship, because like that's those were the resources that we never had when we were like in school, and that's what we are trying to be, like that resource for everyone.
And also, like, if you're saying like what was the procedure, I think that just starting, we sat down one day and thought, okay, like what are the things that we want? I recommend if you're trying to like build something for yourself, build a mission and a vision. Like, what are your values? You know, whenever you lose sight of what you're doing, you can go back to that and take decisions based off of that. So InternMakers is going to turn a year in a couple of days, and if you look at like our whole like year, it has changed so much because you keep learning and learning things that you're like, okay, I have to change this now. So I think those were like a couple of steps we took. Like we try to make right decisions based off of what we want to achieve, which goes back to like our mission, you know. So just giving you that tip in case you're trying to like create your own project or something.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. So Gary asked this. I mean, he gave this awesome tip. Gary, for some reason, your username doesn't appear here. But yeah, like create a Google Docs, add like the links of the recruiters, of the companies, of the like everything, and then yeah, it will be just easier to follow up.
I think that's a great idea. I actually know people who have done that, and it's really useful. I should start using it as well. Next
Do you
question.
think a two-column resume doesn't work well? Hey, see that you have been asking amazing questions this Q&A. I mean, I think I'm not 100% sure. I think I think it doesn't work well. From my experience and what I've seen with ATS, for those that don't know, ATS is an applicant tracking system. It's a basically like a software that receives a resume and then gives it like a score, or like how much it matches to the job like description, or the job you're applying. And many people don't like, the scores are usually very low for resumes because people don't know how to make it ATS friendly. Um, yeah, I would say go just keep it one column. If you want to get creative, just use that resume when you are going to print it and use it like for conferences or for interviews. But if you're gonna submit it online, yeah, just keep it one column.
I don't know. I don't know about that, Alejandro. Because I mean, I don't know if that's like a thing like about like the two column in the ATS, but something I have heard that I could advise you on. But this is like a really I just get surprised by how students do this. So I've met people who write like a lot of keywords for the resume in white, so they don't like, so that recruiters can't see it, and it's like between like bullet points, and it's in white so that like the ATS can like grab it. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. So I just think it's funny. But yeah, I don't know about the two column resume. Alejandro might be right, but in my case, I don't know. I couldn't tell you if
Yeah, I
that
mean, I'm
is
not
wrong or
100%
not.
sure. There are some ATS testers online. Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
you can just test it there and see how well it is. The bad thing
I
is that,
hadn't heard about the testers
yeah, I mean,
online.
the bad
Go
thing is that
on.
like most companies have like different ATS, so something that might work for one, it might not work for another. So yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I am a Waterloo engineering major, but have always had passion for business and strategy. So I'm struggling to find a pathway that truly excites me. Thanks for the great advice, guys. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, no, no.
Um,
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean,
Well, we have a couple of friends who are from Waterloo, and they they also like business a lot, and they've gone through to the like the product management, product program and product management route. If that like helps in a way, I think that's a good intersection.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
Next question: what time is it? I think it's like already
oh
43
yeah.
minutes or so. Okay, let's just take. Yeah, I think there's only like um. Oh, there's so many questions, but we already went over
I'll
time.
just check the questions, and I'll just keep. I'll just answer this one while you check. Do you think competitive coding is important to get a software development internship, or practicing questions from lead code works as well? What do you mean by competitive coding? Um, I think I think it's more valuable to just practice questions on lead code. Um, I don't like the way that we test future software engineers on this. Like, I don't like that you have to practice for coding questions that you will never use during your full-time job. Like, I feel it's like SATs. The more you practice, the more you'll be like good at it. So yeah, it's something that you have to practice. Even if you have a lot of projects, a lot of internships, you have to practice for uh, technical questions as like in lead code. Okay. Did you select a
All right,
question?
let's wrap it up, Alex.
Okay. Which question?
No, whichever one you want. There's so many. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all of them. Um,
Okay. So this one. What are the best programs in your opinion for sophomores to participate in as a student
it
opportunity?
depends on the major.
Okay.
um, so there's this really good one I recommend. It's called SEO. What would it stand for? I can't remember the what the acronym stands for, but basically it's like a career advancement program. And you can be an F1 student, which is an international student, and it really helps you land internships in the US. So many friends of mine have used it and has worked, so I really recommend that program. Um,
Inroads.
Inroads is a really good one as well. They help you land internships too. MLT. Some are for minorities. I think Inroads does not apply to minorities, so use that one. Yeah, but it depends a lot on on the industry. SEO is for all majors, so that's good to know.
Yeah,
I think
another.
MLT. Oh, Inroads too. Actually, all of these are for all majors.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, more opportunities would be trying to look for some of your target companies and see if they have some specific like conferences or specific
Mhm.
programs. Many companies host like visits from students so that they can learn about the company. They can talk to employees, and they get a chance for interviews most of the time. So that's also a great way. Now, another great way, even if it's not professional, it's volunteering. You could volunteer and go abroad, go to like different countries or volunteer in different places, just to get some kind of experience that you can put on your resume. You know, like it has happened. And we know someone who, because of the experiences that she had abroad, she like that helped her get an internship because like the person that interviewed her, like I think she had like a similar experience or something like that. Like it was like they were able to talk about that experience, and it really helped her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the most important thing is for you to get some kind of experience, whether it's technical or not, for you to grow. Because like every volunteering experience will also allow you to grow in different skills, soft skills, or whatever. So yeah, just look for those, and yeah, I think that would be it for us. Follow us on all of our social media accounts. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. Just search us with @InternMakers, and that's how you'll find us. We post different content in some of these.
In different.
So yeah, yeah, definitely go check us out. Um, and thank you for coming in. Like you asked so many amazing
Really
questions.
good
And I'm
question.
sorry that we couldn't get to all of them, but yeah, it's always great to talk with you.
All right. It was a pleasure, everyone. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.